Day. We are Group 3 and today we will be presenting our final scores requirement for Impro 1. Today we will be discussing the cultural property which is the Nuestra Señora de Gracia Parish Church. This presentation is proudly presented by Christian Sanchez, Adrian Glenn Papalde, and Emilio Flores. So let's go over to a brief introduction of this presentation. Important cultural properties. What is it? So important cultural properties, or ICPs for short, are cultural properties that have been selected among lots and lots of existing cultural properties because they possess exceptional cultural, artistic, or historical significance to the Philippines. So this has a second level of protection after the list of national cultural treasures in the Philippines. So who handles ICPs? Well, cultural properties are declared by the National Commission for the Culture and the Arts National Historical Commission of the Philippines and the National Museum of the Philippines. A lot of structures are considered or declared as ICPs, although not all of them are part or declared as ICPs. Because, again, it has a second level of protection after the classification of national cultural treasures in the Philippines. And usually, ICPs were structures, monuments, even churches, actually. So for today's ICP, we will be discussing about the Nuestra Señora de Gracia Parish Church. So, what is the significance of the Nuestra Señora de Gracia Parish Church? Well, the Guadalupe Church complex has been around for more than 400 years. Later on, we will discuss the brief history of the church. But basically, it's a church that has been around since the Spanish colonial period, and also it survived a lot of events in Philippine history, from natural disasters such as earthquakes to wars and battles from the Philippine-American War, the Philippine-Spanish War, even the Second World War. So it's very interesting knowing that this structure, this church complex, is still standing up to today. And it still has the original materials, the stone, which is used for its foundations, and bricks that were used for, the walls. And this also has a significant connection with the Augustinians, as at some point it became one of its parishes. And this structure is still preserved up until today. And it is handled by the NSDG. Well, it's just the acronym of the name of the church. But this parish, it's actually a local parish that not only preserves the church, but also carries out masses and religious activities in the building.
Here we have the brief history. In 1601, the church was accepted as a house of the Augustinian order, and the groundbreaking of the church was done. The title was changed from Nuestra Señora de Gracia was changed to Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe by the Spaniards. In 1629, the church and monastery structures were completed. In 1645 to 1658, an earthquake struck the sanctuary with minor damages. In 1763, British troops occupied the church and suffered from fires. The image of Our Lady of Guadalupe was saved by an Irish Catholic official who brought it to Pasig. In 1850, earthquakes and tremors caused the vault of the church to collapse. 1882, the vault was rebuilt and the monastery was turned into an orphanage for children of cholera victims. In 1889, General Pío del Pilar and his troops occupied the church and the monastery. 1899, Del Pilar retreated from the Americans and the church was set on fire, burning some furniture and documents. 1941, Japanese occupied the Guadalupe ruins and Americans bombed, shelled the area, causing more damage to the complex. 1954, the monastery was formed down and its stones were used for the restoration of the Manila Cathedral. In 1970, the Augustinians was called back and accepted the Guadalupe ruins, which began to be known as the Queen of Ruins. Reconstruction of the church began. 1972, the church was opened to worship after 70 years of neglect, and a new parish was established bearing the original title of Nuestra Señora de Gracia. In 1974, the Guadalupe complex served as a refuge of victims of a big conflagration that hit the Rockwell power plant. In 1995, complete restoration of the church, altar, and sacristy.
The structure itself has experienced multiple circumstances, which has drastically affected its integrity to hold its ground, mainly due to its age, weathering, climate, and the event of wars. However, its durability to withstand the mentioned factors highlights its state of being architecturally equipped to withstand almost any circumstance that may damage it. On the other hand, the interiors are still well preserved and the Catholic Church still hosts masses inside the structure until the present, with the consideration of the use of the donated furniture from LGUs and modern technology. This technology includes Bose speakers, microphones, and other sophisticated electrical equipment which can improve the execution of masses.
This is an interview about Nuestra Señora de Gracia Church with Concha E. Cahimat. Interviewer: Today we are with Concha E. Cahimat, publicist, letter commentator, and service ministry. Interviewer: Yung first question po, may mga kwento po ba kayo tungkol sa Guadalupe Church? Concha: Yes, marami. Kasi dito ako lumaki. Dito ako pinanganak. I am 58 years old now. Lumaki talaga ako sa church. So before yung simbahan, hindi yan ganyan. Dati puro palaruan yan para sa mga bata. Interviewer: Ano po nangyari sa mga palaruan? Concha: Dahil iba-iba ang assigned na parish dito sa amin, yung mga iba pinaalisin na yung palaruan. Before every afternoon, bumabalik kami dito, naglalaro kami. May mga swing at kung ano-ano pa. Interviewer: Second question, ano po ang alam nyo sa history ng church? Concha: 1601, sinimula binuo ang church. Tapos yung itsura ng church ngayon ay dahil sa gera at earthquake. Pero may mga artista na pumupunta pa rin dito, like si Gloria Diaz, para sa pelikula niya. So dito sila nagsushooting, like mga action movies ng mga artista, dito rin sila ginagawa. Interviewer: Third question, paano nyo po nako-conserve o napapreserve yung church? Concha: Hindi yan ginagalaw. Ang anuman nasa simbahan, walang binabago kasi kung may baguhin dyan, may presyo, may proseso. Yan, katulad sa City Hall at Cultural Historical Commission, para kaya maintained pa rin. Kaya kita mo kahit yung mga halaman sa bubong o sa harap, hindi ginagalaw, pero yung mga hagdanan minsan nililinisan, pero kapag tinignan mo ang ganda. Kaya pinapabayaan lang namin ang simbahan. This interview explained that the way they preserve the church is they leave it as is as much as possible. They only maintain it, uh, like the plants, they just trim it. But most of the damages, like the ceiling that collapsed, it was due to multiple earthquakes. It's like every 100 years, there's a major earthquake that damages the church. But they do whatever they can to preserve it and keep all original parts of the church.
And that is all for our presentation for today. Thank you for listening and have a great day.